guys, welcome to the Back in Time podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Autry, joined as always by my co-host, JD. JD's taking a phone call. I don't know what's going on. JD, what's up?
I'm sorry, it's the President of the United States, and he's requested our special support to stop bullying and bad guys all over the country. So,
Interesting.
Yes, Mr. President, we'll be right there. But actually, no, we won't be right there. We have to do something first. Goodbye.
We got to record a podcast, dude.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, it's weird that you have Biden on speed dial already. Is speed dial still a thing?
No, you're definitely aging yourself. Do you know the White House actually does have a callable number that you can just dial and somebody picks up and says, "Hello, White House."
Interesting.
We used to prank call the White House all the time in high school.
And that's probably why that number no longer works. Thank you for that. Well, thank you guys for checking us out here, wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether it's Apple Podcast, Spotify, or you're watching along live with us right now on YouTube. Please throw us a subscribe and check us out. You can actually hit the subscribe button right now on YouTube and then click that little bell notification. That's going to make sure that you never miss an episode. And when we go live, you'll get notified. So you can check us out here. Now, JD, obviously we're in February. We've got a new month. We've got a whole new list of movies and topics to get into. But before we do, I thought it'd be good to talk a little bit about January. I thought that was a pretty solid month for us here on the podcast. We did The Karate Kid Part 2. And don't forget because that is part of the title. And then we did a couple top 5 episodes of best movies of 86 and best songs of 86. So, what was some of your feedback from those episodes that we had throughout the month?
Again, as always, I think maybe all the hatred gets thrown to you, and I get nothing but the love from feedback. People are always hitting me up, and they're like, "Kyle sucks. He sucks. Find a new co-host." That kind of stuff. But no, it was like you said. It was a great month. We hit some great topics, and it was effing awesome to talk about 1986 music, movies, and then the coinciding release of the most recent season of Cobra Kai. So if you've not checked it out yet to see what we've produced in the month of January, go ahead and jump on in and dive into Cobra Kai and send us your thoughts and theories, because the new season's fast coming.
Yeah, the new season's really great. Actually, on our last episode, episode 193, I believe, the Karate Kid Part 2 full episode, at the very end, we do give a spoiler warning, but we also get into the season 3 of Cobra Kai and how it ties into the movie, the Karate Kid Part 2. And I thought that was a pretty good discussion that we had at the end there, because definitely heavy on the spoilers. So if you haven't watched season 3 yet, you may want to hold off a little bit. But
it is, it's a cup of clam chowder. So enjoy. Who doesn't like clam chowder?
I actually love clam chowder.
I knew
a nice warm bowl with maybe some oyster crackers on the side.
Good man.
A little salt, a little pepper. Woo! Sorry, just watched Eastbound and Down today again for like the 10th time. I love Will Ferrell's character in that, where he does the Ric Flair woo, but he does it real low. He's going, woo! Feel it deep in my plums.
Admittedly, I've never seen it. I'm not the biggest fan of Danny McBride, but him in The Righteous Gemstones was excellent. So I'm changed. So maybe I need to go back and watch Eastbound and Down. But
okay, that's interesting. Well, it's our second live stream. Last week, obviously, working out the kinks. We didn't have sound. How you feeling now that we're in week 2 of this live stream here, and gives us a chance to be a little bit more interactive with our listeners and have a little bit more fun on here with like clips and feedback in the comments section? How are we feeling so far?
I love it. Like, anytime that we can give you audience more engagement and more content is a plus for us. So, jump on. Maybe jump on late, maybe jump on early, and obviously don't miss it, but you can watch it afterwards then when we're done. But I mean, anytime I get to see Kyle's lovely face and his unwrinkled hoodie is a plus.
Yeah, JD made me change my shirt before we started airing because my shirt was wrinkly and it had throw up from my 1-year-old, and that was rough. But let's take a look at one of the clips from last week, and everybody can kind of see what we were talking about with the Karate Kid teaser trailer. Here we go. Interesting. Okay. I don't want to get into too much Cobra Kai talk. I want to save that for the full episode and kind of put a spoiler warning on that when we do get into it. But man, the trailer, it's everything that you need to see to get excited about coming back for part 2. Like, obviously it's heavy on Ralph Macchio. It's heavy on Pat Morita and those two characters coming back together. Obviously they're in a little bit of a different setting than the first movie, but then you have the stuntman Macchio coming in just at the end of the trailer. Pretty good, man.
Are you Ben Stiller from the end of Meet the Parents? How do you feel about that?
Right. Lunch is canceled due to lack of motivation. Different movie, still Ben Stiller.
Looking good over there, Rory.
Love it. Getting some compliments on the. There we go.
There we go. So yeah, obviously a little tie-in from episode that we did for the teaser trailer last live stream. So I, for what it's worth, and whether you're watching or just listening, I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore last time. So whoop, there it is. I thought you knew.
Whoop, there it is. Yeah. So tell that story. I think that's kind of funny. We were talking off air. You're like, yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt as I did last time, but you had a little reasoning behind it, and I get a chuckle out of it.
Kyle chuckles at my madness for sure, but I'm a simple person, and when it comes to t-shirt game or dress game, especially now as we're into close to 1 year of COVID quarantine lockdown business, I'm a big fan of H&M's shirt game, and I participate in the buying black V-necks, and I've got about 8 of them, and that's what I wear. They're like $5-6. They last about 3 years. You throw it out or it gets torn to shit because I've got ones with holes all over the place, and this is one of my nicer ones.
Okay. Very nice. I love the fact that you just rock the same shirt all the time. I throw you no hate for that. I think that's a smart way to go. If you find a shirt you like, why not wear it every day?
And I know the CEO and president of H&M. I know you're listening, but you got great little T-shirts and they're affordable. So stock up, stockpile before they go down, before they get canceled again.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, man, we got our first comment here. That's totally not me from a separate YouTube account making sure that this thing is on and working. I swear.
Well, that means nobody's watching or listening. So,
oh no, they're watching. There's a few souls on here checking it out as we live stream. But
hello, souls.
So let's talk about the reason we're here. So with this Shootin' the Manure episode, we begin every month. We talk about what the plans are going to be for February. Obviously, well, not obviously to everybody else, but for me and you, we had a little bit of a curveball thrown our way a couple hours ago, and we pivoted, and we're going to go completely different direction this month. But I think it kind of works out for the best because what we had planned, it kind of makes more sense to do it next month anyway, I think. And then with schedules, I think it'll just be easier just to kind of go a different direction. So what are you thinking as far as, what are we going to do this month? What's on your mind?
I've got one movie on my mind. I know you, and you always win, Kyle, and that's fine. But the one movie that pops up into my mind that we can potentially do that we've sort of tiptoed around but not fully done yet, maybe it's time for Starship Troopers.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe.
Starship Troopers. That's not a bad choice, man. I like where your head's at. That's a movie that I remember watching as like a Blockbuster rental. I don't think I saw that one in the theaters, but I do like Starship Troopers. I don't know if it's held up though. That would be my worry.
Oh, it's held up again. It's helmed from the director of RoboCop. It's got some great cast in it, some Jake Busey action, and Rico's Roughnecks. I think the last time I watched it was probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and I loved every minute of it. I will say I have not dug into the sequels, but I've heard that for those of you audience that do enjoy part one, that part 2 and 3 are also enjoyable. So feel free to send me your thoughts and love or hate on that, and maybe we do a deep dive into that topic. Or I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. Well, why don't we take a look at the box office for that year and go back maybe 20-year anniversary or 25 and see if there's anything that we would want to take a look at here. So why don't we do this? I'm going to pop up a little box office action here.
Yeah,
so let's go back. How about 96? What do we feel about the year 96? Or do we want to go 2001, go a little earlier?
Oof. Let's do a quick examination of both.
Okay. Here we go. 2001, top movies of the year: Harry Potter, Shrek, Monsters Inc., Rush Hour 2, JP3, American Pie 2. We have not been back to the pie in a while.
Kevin's favorite movie.
The Fast and the Furious. Man, that's talk about some sequels we could get into with that franchise. Holy crap. Okay.
Don't skip on Ocean's 11 there.
Ocean's 11 pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie with you, not really excited about 01. Let's look at 96 here. Oh, now we're talking. Independence Day in our archives, great episode. The Rock in our archives, great episode. Twister, future episode, no doubt in my mind. I kind of like that for the anniversary though. 25-year anniversary in May. Possibility.
I've got a funny story about Twister on DVD that maybe will be saved. I see you hovering around Space Jam there.
Oh, Space Jam. Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Solid movie. 12 Monkeys. That might be a good episode for something else, which we'll talk about here in a bit. Jumanji in our archives. Great movie. Happy Gilmore in our archives. Another great movie. We've covered a lot in 96.
We've hit it up.
We have not gone back to any Chris Farley since we covered Tommy Boy in like episode 6. So
this is your big game here. You're trying to like pee around the bush to be like, I know what you know what you want, and you're just not going to be brave enough to just say it.
Possibly. All right, let's look at 91. Wow. What are we thinking here on 91?
Have we done T2?
We have actually covered T2. Yeah, that's in our archives.
Good on us. Check it out because I don't remember it. City Slickers, obviously awesome. Addams Family in our archives. Have we done TMNT 2? Secret of the Ooze? Oh, that's the first one. Or is
that's the second one. We have not covered TMNT 2, The Secret of the Ooze. They are teenage, they are mutant, and they are Ninja Turtles.
And who did we have last time we did that first episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
We had Wes.
We had Glorious Wes, who just brought the house down and dropped knowledge on us like nobody's business.
All right. Well, hey, I like that idea. Let's keep looking though. Let's see what else we have here.
Kindergarten Cop in our archives.
Doc Hollywood. That's interesting. City Slickers. Ooh, I love that movie.
Ooh, I've recently watched that too.
Yeah, The Rocketeer. Okay. Well, I kind of like where we're at there. I'm not going to lie. But here's what I want to propose to you, JD. I'm just going to throw this out there. If you don't like it, you go ahead and throw it right on back, okay? I'm going to hit play on a video.
New York is a mess. Bad guys are giving the city a bad time. But just when it looked like no one could stop them, look who's back.
Yeehaw! Awesome! Oh, you dudes want to play too? Around the world! Woo! Ninja Cowboy!
Any luck finding a new place to live yet?
You think even an idiot could find a place down here?
No!
You know, in this market, it's actually very difficult to find good subterranean housing.
Shredder!
There is only one thing next. Revenge. The past returns, my son.
That's the canister that had the ooze.
That transformed us all.
He's got the canister. Get it!
Time to find out exactly what this ooze can do.
You take the ugly one!
No, you take the ugly one.
Which one's the ugly one?
Get down!
Wow!
Hey, Mikey, search up, dude. Hit it, Mikey. Rock and roll!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. The Secrets of the Ooze.
Are you waiting for? Oh no! You got me! Damn it! Hey, Wes, what's up?
What's up?
Oh, you sons of bitches! You. So that's done deal. Obviously, Toko, Raza, and Super Shredder.
Oh, cutting out on us. But yeah, JD, we're diving into some TMNT. Part 2, The Secret of the Ooze with Wes Jones. Wes, welcome back to the show, man. It's been a little while.
It has been. It has been. I appreciate it. I was in bed. I was sleeping. My phone started buzzing. You know, Kyle's wanting me to hop on and talk something about the Joe Lieberman, Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles, right? Isn't that's the best one? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, No, we can't do that. No, those are garbage.
Oh, I know that was traumatic. Watching those.
When those are worse than part 3, you've got trouble.
So
Yes,
you're both admitting that you've watched the new ones, though.
Yeah.
I had to.
Saw them in theater.
I didn't see them in theater, but I did watch, and I'm a little scarred, honestly. So I think hopping on an episode with you guys to talk Secret of the Ooze is the remedy for what I'm feeling right now.
I love it, man. And Wes joined us for the original, and then we've kind of gone back and forth here with each other's podcasts. He's the host of Real Talk, a movie podcast, which you can find everywhere. It's a great show. You guys do an awesome job, and congrats on the Carpenter interview. That was a big one.
Heck yeah, that was amazing. We're from Bowling Green, Kentucky. That's where John Carpenter is from. And honestly, that's how we were able to snag the interview. Is we talked with his wife, and she saw we were from Bowling Green and interacted with us. And I don't like to say, hey, John Carpenter's wife, because she's done some amazing things.
Right.
Sandy, is a big producer and script supervisor. Worked on some John Hughes material, Michael Mann material, obviously John Carpenter material. So it was so cool getting the interview with her. And for John to hop on just for a minute, answer a couple questions there at the end, it blew me away. I was like, what is even happening right now?
Impressive as hell, man.
But bucket list guest right there.
Yeah,
That'd
for
be
sure.
cool.
I mean, seriously, if I were to make a list of like the top 5 directors I would want to talk to, he would be on there. And, again, his wife was the guest for our show, but again, he was eavesdropping and decided he would check in on us Bowling Green boys and maybe answer a question or two for us.
That's awesome.
So what do you guys think? This is the new addition to my movie room up here.
I love it.
So perfect.
That's a great poster there.
Yeah, that's the one that was, I believe, the original that was on the marquees and stuff outside theaters back in good old 1990.
I actually remember those. I remember going to watch that movie theater. I think we went to a AMC at the mall. So they used to have those like mall theaters. And I remember watching that as a 5-year-old kid, 1990.
Calm down, Robin Sparkles.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, you guys liking my robe here?
I was going to comment on it for sure, but I'm glad you're calling it out. You've got this really great Michael Shannon vibe going on right now, so I'm super stoked.
Well, it's a lot like Hugh Hefner, except for without the money and without the beautiful women running around the house. So, in other words, nothing like Hugh Hefner, but that's the vibe I'm trying to go for here.
Yeah, I feel like the hair's gotten longer since we last talked to you.
Yeah, it's just out of pure laziness.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, look at JD. So say no more.
No motivation to cut the hair or shave.
Now, here's the real surprise, JD. Now that you think we're doing Secret of the Ooze, let me cue the trailer for Free Willy 2.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. Look at him cover up.
Can you censor me? Can you censor me?
We will not be covering Free Willy 2. That's a no-go. But Wes, you got any ideas for us, man, for any crossover episodes to kind of go with Secret of the Ooze?
Crossover episodes for Secret. I don't know. Have you guys ever thought about just doing like the first couple episodes of the original cartoon?
Ooh,
because
I love that.
Those first couple of episodes are amazing. Like, let's see. I'm up in the recording room, the movie room. I think I've got a little something here. How about that?
There you go.
I own that as well.
But let me do you one better.
For those of you that aren't watching, Kyle is getting something out of the closet, and it is ba-dum. Kyle, what do you have?
Every single season of the TV show. Boom. In the van as I hit my microphone for the second week in a row.
I'll raise you.
I love it.
I like the van more though.
The van's cool, but I've dropped it like 3 times.
This is the Walmart version. It's not too cool. And anyway, man, I am really looking like a freak. But here, let me show you this too. How about this?
Oh no! Don't do that to us.
Shit.
The arcade game. Oh, my favorite game of all time.
I mean, as a kid, I was going to Chuck E. Cheese for one of my friend's birthday parties, and the whole time I'm riding down to Nashville, which is about an hour from here, I think all I could think about was that game being at Chuck E. Cheese. So my mom gave me a $5 bill, which meant, 20 tokens.
Right.
That was it. Years ago, that was unlimited plays just about if you had that $5 bill.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I walked around that Chuck E. Cheese frantic looking for the game, and it was in the back corner. Found it. I was done. I ate a few slices of pizza, but the rest of the time I was playing the game. It was a great time.
Have you beaten the game?
Well, yes, many times on this version right here. But here's the deal: when you buy the arcade game at the house, you can just keep getting lives, just one right after another. So that's cheating, right?
Right.
So I thought about, well, what if I did the $5 bill, 20 tokens? Could I beat it with that? Doing the 20 lives, and I don't know. I need to give that a shot.
That's a challenge, and so throwback Kyle. Obviously, you remember the Liggett family in my history very well.
Yes,
Brian Liggett's 6th birthday party at Little Caesars. We beat it. We beat it, and we got yelled at because everyone was like, we're leaving. And we're like, no, we're playing. But we definitely defeated Shredder there, and we got through everything. And for what it's worth, like in my youth, I've also beat the Simpsons game, which is it's pretty much the same thing. There we go, Dragon Megazord. Hey, that's Feline Machine, I believe. So shout out to you.
Also, joke, man. Or go ahead, JD.
And then the X-Men platform game, which is my favorite of all times, which I've beaten in my adult life as well. So maybe we talk some video games, maybe we talk some toys, maybe we talk some comics. I mean, there's a lot of topics that we can get to.
Absolutely. You should really put that on your resume that you've beat those games. That, if you ever want a career change, that might give you a 1-up.
Yeah, I'm tired of washing dishes at the Mexican restaurant, so.
Oh, yeah, the ribs never end. But no, I think that's actually a great idea. Like, we should literally make a trip down the Bowling Green and live stream us playing the arcade game with Wes and beat that entire thing.
You're invited. Come on down.
Oh, there we go. Then we stop by and we try and meet Carpenter. I don't know that he'll let us on the property, but I mean,
no
we
big
could
deal.
try. Maybe I grab old Christine, the classic car, and just rev the engine outside his door until he opens up and says, "You get that mechanical asshole out of here."
He might. We'll have to give that a try too. There's a lot of things to do down here in Bowling Green. You've just named both of them. So after that, I don't know what we're gonna do.
That's it. That's
you visit Wes. You visit John Carpenter. The end.
Done.
All right, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you jumping on the stream with us. We look forward to diving in the secret of the ooze with you later in the month. But real quick, go ahead and plug your podcast and where everybody can check out the Real Talk movie podcast.
Absolutely. Real Talk, like Kyle was saying, Real Talk, a movie podcast is my show along with my 2 co-hosts. Obviously, all 3 of our shows, Gabe and T-Man. But again, our show, the format is we want you to feel like you're just among a group of friends. You're just hanging out on the couch or in the movie room, hanging out, talking movies. That's really the format of the show. We do some interviews on the side as well. But you can find us pretty much anywhere that you get your podcast: Apple Pod, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, everything. But as always, good catching up with you guys. Can't wait to do Secret of the Ooze. I'll just say it doesn't hold up quite as well as the original, but that's okay. It'll still be fun to talk about.
All right, man. We look forward to it. I'll let you get back to sleep, and we appreciate you taking a little time here with us tonight.
Thanks, Wes.
See you, JD, Kyle.
We'll see you, bud. All right, JD. How you like that, fucker?
I mean, the conversations that we were having all night long, I shouldn't be surprised, but you always pull that card out and you always get me. And I had no idea. And we talked about Wes before, and I dropped his name, and then you did this. And man, I'm super stoked anytime that we get to have Wes Jones on our show, and it's a treat.
The funniest part was as we were going through that list of 1991 movies, you brought him up specifically. If you go back and watch the clip, when you bring it up, the shit-eating grin on my face, as I know I'm texting him as you're doing it. I'm like, hey, we totally got him. Like, he doesn't expect anything. And then I play the trailer. You have no idea he's waiting in the wings. I can see him, but you can't. And then we come back from break. I hit the button, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, you got me good. You can.
Yeah.
There we go. Golf clap to Kyle and Wes. So
I love doing it. It might just be a monthly thing now where I just surprise you with weird, random stuff.
hey, okay.
So
You know,
okay. Now, I think we've got some pretty good episodes lined up. I love his idea of covering episode 1 and 2 of the original TV show because they're short. I think we can get through them really quick. I'm down for that if you are.
It's been a while since we've touched on TV. In our archive, we've done the first and last episode of Fresh Prince.
Yep, Fresh Prince
and Home Improvement. I'm better than you.
You are. You're better than me, and I know it. But here's the thing is I love diving back into some TV. It's been a long time since we've done that. So let's do that for sure.
Okay.
Obviously, let's drop the retro episode of our first TMNT with Wes. And we can put that out next week. So we've got some great content there. And then let's do, what are we thinking here? Oh, actually, I've got the answer right here. So I put up a poll on our Twitter at Back in Time Pod earlier in the week. I was asking everybody, what is the biggest flop of all time? So JD, we talked about this last month. We haven't talked since then. What do you think about episode 1 of Why Did This Flop? And we talk about Waterworld.
Okay, I'm Waterworld. Yes. Okay. Let me preface it by saying yes. Let's do that. And I will save a lot of my comments for the full episode. But did Waterworld actually flop?
Oh, sure it did. Yeah, it lost a lot of money.
But did it really?
Okay, interesting. I like your tease. And I was definitely a fan of the movie when it came out, and I was a fan of the live Universal Studio show that they had for a long time. So I'll have a lot to say about Waterworld because I do not hate that movie. And I think that'd be a fun episode. Now, this won't be like our typical breakdown every single scene. This is going to be more of like a dissection of what happened pre-release of the movie. So we'll look at like the trailer. We'll look at what the critics were saying about it. We'll talk about how it did at the box office. And then, maybe we'll play a clip or two and just talk about, some of the better scenes of the movie. And we can decide, why did it flop? Okay. I assume you said done and you're
Let's
happy.
get dirty.
You're completely frozen. But yeah, I love it. So I think that's our month, man. We've got Secret of the Ooze coming up. That's going to be the main movie. We're going to be doing episode 1 and 2 of the original TV show that we grew up watching, I know, as kids. So excited to get into that. We'll have Wes Jones from Real Talk, a movie podcast, as our special guest. And then we'll be diving into our first episode of Why Did This Flop? Getting into some Waterworld action with Kevin Costner.
Your favorite. You love K-Cos.
I sure do. So in the meantime, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast. You can do that. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, Amazon Music. If you're watching this on YouTube, of course, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. And the next time we go live, which will probably be, I would say probably Why Did This Flop episode 1, we'll be going live. So you'll be able to check that out here in a couple weeks. But until then, thank you for listening. We are the Back in Time podcast. See ya.
Bye.